All right, so we are going to be doing a earnings rundown. Obviously, if you're watching this back on YouTube, this is live. So I'm going to be sifting through the earnings calendar that we have currently in front of us. I expect that if we do our job correctly, and we don't need to chart all the way to the end of the month, but we do need to chart for the week ahead of us. I'll take you guys' request. If you want to go about and chart with me, that's totally fine, or go chart ahead of me, and let me know what you think. But we are looking for those 1,000%, big earnings trades that usually come with a solid setup on earnings. Just to start this off, we're going to do the typical thing, though. I do want to take a look at the week ahead of us. Today, obviously, we did not have anything. Trump was obviously elected, inauguration day. We're going to see where price opens up. So everything that we did on Friday or whatever, that's going to be relevant still. Price hasn't really moved much, so. But tomorrow and Wednesday, we do not have anything big, right? We don't have any big data. Thursday, we do have unemployment claims coming, natural gas storage, crude inventories, and then Friday, flash services PMI. So typical week, nothing crazy. I think most of the volatility will be running off of the election, if that turns out to be true. Because if you go back, not always does that end up being the case, right? All right, now, and again, we'll go over the cues and stuff when we get through SPY, but I want to go ahead and get started with this upcoming week's earnings. Tomorrow, right, we're going to go ahead and kick things off with Netflix. And if it's not a good setup, I'm not taking it, right? And it has to be a setup rooted in the 24-hour time frame. So I'm going to place price targets on where I think these will likely go. Whether or not you enter them, that is entirely up to you and your risk, and whether or not you can afford that if you can. Obviously, there's a lot of scenarios like Schwab where, and we'll see if that one works out, that we could, get in pretty cheaply with low risk. So first things first, right? And I want to kind of step out to the weekly here. There's definitely a potential, right, with empty space to the downside to see on a long leg down, we could see 70, right? 770. 791 is a 24-hour box, and I believe that's where I placed one of my first targets. So looking at a straddle target, do I have a clear one ahead of me? Not so much, unless Netflix decides that it wants to punch back, right? On earnings, 917, there's no doubt in my mind this one continues moving to the upside. All right. Now, underneath 874, again, empty space. So there is, I think, a higher probability down. But of course, with a setup like this where you don't have empty space up above you, it's a tough call. So make sure if you do get into this, it's low risk, high reward. All right, United. I forgot what their ticker is. Yeah, UAL. No straddle on Netflix. All right. Yeah, that's not a good earnings setup for me, right? You already broke out, right? You're already up. So if anything, maybe a little bit higher, but I ignore these type of setups. They're not worth my time. All right, Interactive Brokers, IBKR. That could be speculatively not so bad. It's kind of a decent setup. Oh, I forgot to go live inside of the Discord. I was gonna go live in the Discord. Oops. Yeah, we'll take a look at that one. But on the weekly, right, you're still well consolidated or set up to consolidate potentially. You have 2 taps off of the top, right? You've got 2 taps off of the bottom. So either this one goes into all-time highs, 212.50, or we look for a target to the downside at 155. And that's really, again, an earnings setup should make perfect sense. And then again, I'm not gonna fucking Schwab is I think it's what is Schwab's ticker? Fuck. SCHW. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, UAL is not really a good setup to me, but I do like a setup up to 79.71 on Schwab. We've already taken this position. We're going to find out tomorrow morning whether we're right or wrong. Period. End of story. I mean, it has a good setup. Empty space to the upside. I think it goes up. You know, I think it hits 80. So, all right. Moving on. Right, and we're looking for really good setups. So if it doesn't look good, I'm not gonna fucking waste my time. Procter and Gamble, I don't imagine, has a good setup for earnings. And let's see, earnings. You get a big dump, nothing. Yeah, so I don't even bother. Right, Johnson and Johnson, J&J. What are you? I think there's a chance for a gap up, but listen. I can speculate all I want. All I have to do is wake up tomorrow morning and start charting. That's it. If I want to make money in tomorrow's market, I need to wake up and make a plan with the system that I've created. And 9 times out of 10, if I do that, I either know whether I want to trade there or not, or I see a good trade and I see a good setup, so I take it. All right. So anyway, we have a floor rejection here, and I don't. This one, I think, on earnings, it's easy to kind of see that. It's typically not anything huge, right? It's not a meta earnings, which, you know, meta earnings on it. Dude, the amount of people that are talking about going long or shorting meta, dude, like, get off the pipe, relax. It's typically when everybody's leaning one way, I'm like, I don't know about that. Howley. That's Hal, that's right. Now that one has a good setup, I think, with the channel, but I don't think that's a good earnings setup. That's pretty boring. I don't really do double bottom stuff. You said UNH. Where's the double bottom on that? If anything, if you punch through the 50% mark of this box, 496.50. I think you're going to actually end up breaking down and moving to the 430s. So, are you just doing high type bull flags to play a falling momentum? Andrew Wing, absolutely not. If you're here and you've never seen me before, fuck patterns, fuck ICT, fuck smart money concepts. All of that stuff is absolute garbage. It has everybody in the market always chasing their tails, trying to be a scalper. It's a waste of time and money, and you can do that by observing your peers who just can't seem to get a fucking regular payout. But no patterns, none of that bullshit. Let's see. All right, so UNH, yeah, whatever, not really a good setup. I'm looking for good setups I can make 1,000, 2,000% off. So if I have to fucking skip through half of these earnings, let's see, what about Ali? Yeah, Andrew, I think that's just another form of guessing, though. Everything is structural in the market. I don't need EMAs to tell me that this is the floor at $38, and if that floor is reclaimed, the next target would be the 50% mark within that area of consolidation, which would be $39. And if $39 broke, there's no resistance up above you, so you'd start aiming towards areas like this. It takes out the guesswork. I think people who use EMAs are just guessing. Let's see here. All right, so Ali Financial, not really my cup of tea. GE. Oops, I typed that in the wrong place. GE. Aerospace. Do we have a good setup? No, I don't think so. I mean, you did come off. That one looks like it has a good chance of possibly going to the upside. I could see this one actually shooting up and out. Yeah, earnings over 186. That wall right there. I'd be looking for a break over $200 to be the first target. That one doesn't really stand out to me though. It doesn't make me happy. How much can you make a month? Well, I trade on a $50,000 account. I hit 104K on the 10th of January. You can make a lot. With my system, you don't need a lot to make a lot. Wow, these earnings setups fucking suck. What's a good setup look like? A good setup, what does that look like? This is a good setup. This is a good setup, right? When you see areas like this, and you have structure down, and you have a catalyst that can drive price in either direction, right? So right here, I have a box that's called the Potter box. Other people call it consolidation, liquidity. I don't give a shit what they call it, but that's what I call it. If the 50% mark is broken after falling underneath that floor and rejecting it, right? You break the 50% mark, it guarantees you new highs. When you see areas like this, those areas get filled up really, really quickly, and they have no resistance to hold you back. So if you have a catalyst, it'll fill up and it'll go up straight up to $78.50. If it went down, right, and crashed underneath 71.50, then I would have a target of 66.25. Yeah. So that when you see areas that look like that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for big fucking dumps and areas of consolidation set to break, right? And when I see that, it's worth waiting for that because I'll pile into two earnings out of 100. Like this could, okay, so like an example, right? Just popping this chart up. Now, to the downside, Alcoa doesn't really have a ton, but you can see it pulls back. It actually created a structure right here. It's above that, and it just needs to reclaim that floor. If it reclaims that floor of $40, it could move up to $45. Actually, rather, it will. I don't doubt my system at all. I have made too much money using this system. I've created too many independent traders. People who scalped and day traded who are now swing traders because it just pays more. I would say it's closer to freedom than most of these day traders. I mean, even if you do make it day trading and like you have to wake up every fucking morning and scalp, like I'd rather know that my trade's gonna slap over the next 2 days, give me 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000% and be about my way than sit every single day trying to fucking suck $1 out of the market. It's fucking insane. Instant gratification though, you know. It's kind of interesting. When I teach people who, not everybody, but a lot of the people who come from overseas, when I teach them, they don't have as many issues with instant gratification. It's an interesting thing I've kind of observed. I think Americans, not all of us, but a lot of us struggle with that. Younger kids specifically. All right. Nothing really here popping out. I'm going to skip Verizon, American Express. I don't really, maybe American Express. Let's see. AXP. Forgetting all these ticker names right now. Yeah, so that's, again, not a good setup for me. Already ripping into all-time highs. Not doing it. All right, let's move on to the next week. We have Boeing. As far as an earnings setup is concerned, I think they have a lot of headwind around them, which could offer, you know, a lack of response. You look at the previous earnings on Boeing, and here you get a pop-up and then an immediate reversal, so it's the day after. It has been a long time since Boeing has had anything remotely close to a decent earnings. I think it was, yeah, July of 2023. Ben, or anybody else who wants to learn this system for absolutely fucking free, right? If you're a driven individual, go to my YouTube channel. I put it all out there for free, right? If you want it all consolidated in one lesson, I charge for that. Shut your mouth. But if you are somebody who is resourceful, or you don't want to spend any money, no, the Potter box, if you go study the Darvis box, and then come back and tell me what you see. Darvis was actually broke his whole life, which is pretty funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of fucked. But anyway, go to the playlist, go to my educational channel right here, and I promise you, after watching these videos, you'll be a different human being. And again, in terms of percentages, just really quickly, if you are new here, this is what it looks like to trade within my system. Oh, look at that. That's fucking nuts. So crypto people are going crazy. Yeah, percentage wise, 186%. That's kind of lightweight. 244%, 182%, 400%, 866%. That's ridiculous. 339%. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll make our way down to Costco. So, maybe I'm wrong, but you know, this isn't really something that I would really want to fuck with personally. I mean, I could see it maybe, but I'd rather miss it. So. Go back to your 200%. Where are you at, Justin? Free trade for the calls now. 244%. Yep. Lost $93 playing the other side. For like 7 years. All right, let's keep moving. Boeing GM. Again, we're just going to take a glance at it. No empty space. Again, I need a guarantee. GM Lending Club. I forgot, what is that? Lending LC. Nope. Nope. Boring. RCL. Interesting little setup there. I'm not sure if I love it. I mean, I could see it dumped out at 210. The upside looks a little weird. You have a cost basis at 246.17, so I suppose if that breaks, you're looking up at 260. But oh shit, my bad. My bad. Oop, Calvin Hill, I got you, you dumbass. Blocked. Fuck you. All right. Sorry, I had to block that guy. Yeah, RCL's whatever. Yeah. Ultimate discipline going into this earnings. It either looks good or fuck that chart. Not literally. That's humanly impossible. All right, so weekly, you are heavily consolidated on Tesla. Obviously, there's going to be a fuck ton of IV circulating this motherfucker starting this week, right? This thing's going to climb. The response to earnings the last couple of times has been, I mean, we caught that earnings trade. That was huge. Earnings here, had a pretty big dump, decent pop. I mean, definitely responds, right? So what is the current situation on Tesla? Let's look. Channel's been broken. Floor is struggling to be held, and I know that we're struggling at this one candle gap right there. Does it have like, I mean, it does have empty space to the upside. So here's what I see on Tesla, and it might be worth it to take a shot on it, but I could see a 270 pop if that rips, maybe more. But that, I mean, if you look at earnings, the earnings responses usually happens days after, right? Because if you look at the weekly on earnings, right? Earnings, you know, goes quite well. So I'll give that one a fucking 6 out of 10, man. It's not a really perfect setup. I'm not really hyper impressed by that one. Meta, which I know everybody on the fucking planet, you make it seem easy. On a real note, how long does it take to learn all this? Everybody is different, Ben. I've taught people who are incredibly intelligent, technical people. Took them a year. I've taught people coming off of, you know, coming from fucking an office job, and it took them 6 months. Everybody is different. I think what really matters with my system, and what really matters is your ability. I think this is in reference to people who are coming from different systems. So if you've been doing this for a long time, right? I am asking anybody that I teach to consider that what they may have learned was wrong. That's my thing. It's like and here's the thing. If you're not profitable, I don't care who you follow. I don't follow anybody at all, right? TTI, the Trading Initiative, he's the only other person that I recommend. Put Brothers, obviously he's using my system, so I can't imagine you're going wrong with that. But in terms of my system, I tell people, when you're learning this, wipe the slate clean. Forget about what you've been taught. Candlestick patterns, candles themselves, what they mean, order flow, all this other shit. Drop it out the window. The market is so much simpler. And not only that, 80% of market movement happens overnight. So if you dedicate yourself to learning, you watch my YouTube videos, you go through the Potterbox system, you ask me questions, and you are vocal, I don't doubt that it could take 6 months. I don't doubt that it could take 9. But a lot of people hear that and they're like discouraged because, again, they want it now. Have I considered a book teaching your? I'm trying to get the last word. I'm doing one more educational thing for the Potterbox, and then after that I'm going to write a book, and my book is basically going to be a big fuck you to the trading industry itself and the rules that people place on one another, because like this whole, like the rule system of don't let your swing trades become day trades, and you know, like percentages that people, it's that people are okay trading, or who's the fucking pussy who just reported my fucking account for trading or tobacco? What the fuck? Anyway, if I get banned, you can find me on YouTube. I don't really care. You know what, TikTok? Suck my dick. I'll crash out right now. All right. Anyway, Meta. It is in the large box. I do actually see a huge potential. behind this chart, right? It is in consolidation, or you can think of that as tension, right? Tension here, pop up, tension again. You have a catalyst coming soon. Earnings for Meta is a hit or miss. Sometimes it whacks it, other times it does not, right? Here you had 2 big earnings, and it does cyclically, actually pay attention to this. Earnings, no response, right? Earnings, huge response. Earnings, huge response, right? Earnings, decent response, no response. So either A, we get another no response one, but I'll go ahead and give you the targets for this. If it breaks underneath 578, I see a target to the downside of 540. If this thing moves to the upside, go ahead and slap your fibs on 650. Do you give out your Discord, or is it private? I changed your life. Damn. That's what she said. All right. I'm sorry. I appreciate that though. Listen, if you're trying to get into the Discord, let's see, is Ivy awake? I'll text Ivy, see if she's awake, but I'll go ahead and send you guys the invite for my Discord. If you join the Discord or purchase anything from my website, again, if you're brand new here just watching me, I'd rather you not. I'd rather you go ahead and take the time. Put a new link on the website for the Discord. It says it's not working. Okay, if you give it a minute, she'll go ahead and I'll post it in the chat though. So copy and paste that from the chat. I just posted it. All right, Meta, let's move on. Meta, Microsoft. I never, ever trade Microsoft earnings, ever. They typically never hold. Yeah, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I can already tell you right now, fuck that. Nope, not happening. When you have something as, it's the same thing with Apple earnings. When you have something as heavily weighted as that, and heavily institutionally owned, they're not gonna fucking let it go anywhere unless it's up. That's a hard no from me. Yep, moving on. All right. Progressive, IBM, maybe IBM. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh. Okay. Lots of consolidation. How's earnings? Earnings hits. Earning kind of hit. Earning hits. Okay. Okay. My hand's reaching for the fucking notebook right now, guys. I think I'm ready. We're going to go ahead and start this fucking list off with IBM. That's a good setup. Decent setup. I'll give that one an 8 out of 10. On the Keith Lee of stocks. I just wrote that wrong. IBM. Hold on one second. I need to change the, I need to get into my Stripe really quick, or my Squarespace. One second, one second. Okay, all right, I'm done. We're good now. How long to take time before you join? So the reason that I tell you to not join right when you find me is because I want you to Take the time to understand what it is that you're. I want my system and what I like. If you go watch my Sunday videos, you'll find that almost like 80-90% of the targets that we talk about get hit. I want you to see it for yourself, right? See how this system works before you make a decision to buy. That's the same thing you would do in the process of buying stocks or options. So you make sure that you're making a good purchase. Understanding what we're doing and whether or not it fits for you. Yeah, the pup is back, man. All right, so with IBM, I'm going to go ahead and place a target of 230 to the upside. I'm going to place a target to the downside at 210, but I see this moving. Is Potter a type of trading strategy? No, the Potter box is a trading strategy that I created years ago, which has helped me and many other people immensely. So, yeah, the dog is back. Little shit. You're mad at him, but you're also like, fuck, man. I love you, but I'll do that again, dude. I'll eat you. So I like IBM. I see potential on IBM. Progressive. PGR. Damn, how do I remember that? Does it respond on earnings? No. Okay, cool. No, this is going... Do you know who you look like? I could guess. There's many people. I'm like a standard issue white guy. Kind of like, you know... There's a little bit of me in everybody. Anyway. The country? No way, dude. I don't know. Who do I look like? Who am I? Yeah, I don't really like this one. I don't like it. I know I'm being a little picky little shit right now, but listen, when it comes to money, dude, I can make a lot of money if the setup is right. And so I need a good ass setup. I'm going to let you know right now, earnings, Apple, every once in a while, you might catch a banger, right? It moves. I personally stay away, right? Unless the setup screams, take me. I'm not doing it. And the setup does not scream, take me. The only thing that I could see happening, and no. I'm not even going to dare mention it because somebody's going to fucking do it. I don't like that. Looks like Matt Riff. Yeah, I don't trade Apple earnings. Again, it's just like Microsoft institution. I can hit a bigger trade on something else. All right, Intel. I bet you Intel might not be bad. I don't ever day trade. Ooh, that already moved. Fuck. So, if you're just joining, right? If you're just joining. If this had not already popped out, I like it, right? Now, it's already screamed out of the box. It's already above the floor, and it already has empty space to the upside. So INTC on earnings looks like 2360, but that cancels out the risk to reward. So as much as I like it, we maintain discipline, and we don't fuck with it. Now, the only other alternative, because I know somebody's going to do it anyway, is you punch back, right? You're already sending it now, and you punch back over 25, 28, and you move all the way to fucking 30, right? It happened before. It could happen again. I might fucking write that down, actually. Let me just write that down. That's not that bad. And I know INTC is cheap, so I could get in for hella cheap if I really... And probably would put some time behind those contracts, just in case. All right. Is this going on YouTube? Yes, it's going on YouTube. If you guys can, tap the mother living shit out of your screen. That'd be so cool. Everybody's doing it, actually, if you didn't know. Everybody's tapping screens now. They used to tap ass, but now, I'm sorry. Now they tap screens. That bad. Nope. Nokia. Dude, I wish Nokia would come back. Are they they're not on the OTC. Yeah, that's a hard no. Southwest Airlines. Love. Always forget their name. They only move, yeah, earnings, trash. That was a decent dumpy, but that's a dump 29 to 27. Is that really worth it? I can see it coming down, but yeah, this, again, I hate it, but I'm only being honest with what I see here. I'm not going to fucking say it's a good setup if it's not. Yeah, I don't see it. I use TradeStation. I'm mushroom stamping the screen. That's the worst thing I've ever read in my life. You guys want to see something crazy though? Hold on. You guys want to see something crazy? Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm not a streamer, but holy shit, that is, look at that tubby little fuck. Hold on, wait for it. Wait for it.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
I just had to watch that again, dude.
My heart goes out to
Oh my god. Seagull. Yo, he put some oomph in it. Do you hear that? Listen to the oomph. Listen. Yo. Ugh. All right, anyway, back to charting. That cheered me up. I'm not gonna lie, that made me feel better. I see a target at 134. Trash. Throw it in the trash. All right. ABB. All these earnings fucking suck. Most of them. That one responds to earnings. Responds to earnings. So this is probably one of the most important elements of what we do is like, does it fucking move on earnings? Do you integrate? No, I don't. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. And listen, before anybody in here gets upset because of political affiliate, listen, I don't like any of them. I don't care who you bring in front of me. I might shake Barry Sanders' hands, but Bernie Sanders, I don't even know his fucking name. They're all fucking employees that work like at the, it's the same thing as the DMV. Do your job. Do your goddamn job. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a wild setup. Part of me thinks it could go hit 186. Another part of me feels like it's not worth taking at all. You're held down. Ooh, fuck. I might write that one down and give it a one. We'll look at the contracts. Let me write that one down. And we'll map out how we're going to play that one. Because it's next week. We have plenty of time to hit this. We'll map out. I like that that it has a gap, and I like that it responds to earnings. So I would shake Barry Sanders' hands as well. Yeah, dude. I think that if everybody was a little bit less sensationalized by politicians, and it's like, dude, fuck your rallies, fuck all this, like anybody. I don't give a shit about the sensationalism of it. Tell me what the fuck you're good at and why, and why we should even care. And it should be a brutal process. Brutal. No incentives. Like, you just gotta fucking want to do it like a school teacher, I guess. That's trash. Colgate, maybe? I don't know. We'll look at Colgate. Does it respond to earnings? Is it snowing outside yet? Dude, it's about to snow in this motherfucker. Yeah. Fuck Colgate too. God damn, dude. I hate to say it, but why do these suck so bad? All right. We'll do this. We'll do a couple more days into this week, and then I'll just take your guys' request, because this earnings is, if this was like a sexual encounter, I'd be out. You know? If this was like a date, I'd be like, yeah, there's too many red flags. I gotta go. What the fuck is this? One day, PayPal will return to its former glory. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck them. But weekly time frame, I will say you are closed up against that fucking 93.50, or basically the floor. So my only, you know, again, is it a good setup? I could pass on it, but I could see a 107 or 102 rip. So. You guys, if you see anything else, we're gonna look at them too. So, no, what is Chipotle? CMG. Oh, why? Why is this such a fucking terrible setup? I mean, at least it has some sense of cohesion. Listen, if depending on how price action goes, I would say a 60-75 target. $60 even would also be up there. Again, you're at $57. To the downside, you have a fuck ton of structure underneath you. I'm not even sure if I want to place that. Yeah, so I would say right now, yeah, again, another kind of like when you're dealing with earnings, it needs to be clear. It needs to look like fucking Schwab. So when I'm looking for this, right, I'm looking for clarity, and I don't see it, I just keep moving. Doesn't mean it couldn't make a good day trade or something like that, you know, but it's trash. I only open TikTok to watch you. Thank you, Poppy. To go watch you, Poppy. I mean, the same thing. Oh boy, I want to short that. I want to short that. Let me short that. What's up, shorty? I want to short it. How does it? It moves good, real good on earnings, real nice. Should I short or should I? Oh, come on, just let me get a little short in there. Let me just short you. So bias leaning to the downside, Shopify. Target would be 370. Holy shit. With an imbalance target of around 420. 420, blaze it. Obviously, we would need to hedge to the upside, so I'd probably use right 570s. I said right. If it's a 24-hour setup, it needs a 24-hour candle close. Spotify, not Shopify, whatever. Yeah, Shopify. Short. I want to short it. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We're going to take your guys' request here in a minute. I'm going to finish up this this mark right here, and then we'll take your guys' request. I already know what Snapchat looks like. Snapchat is in a wild area, weekly consolidation. This thing is set to pop. It has absolutely refused the downside, which means that any movement to the upside would squeeze the ever-living shit out of people. And yes, we would be looking at Snapchat likely going to $14.80. The benefits of this one, it is relatively cheap. So you could get in for the low ski. But again, you are going into earnings with 3 major rejections off of the top. So downside target could be 950, or like the lows. So, all right, I have done Netflix already. I'm going to go ahead and tap out here, and we'll continue. We'll continue charting these going into next week. So if you guys have any requests, drop those in the chat right now, and I will take a look at it. Lockheed Martin, bouncing off of structure, really, really simple. You need to be back up above the previous resistance that you already fell below. That's 496. If it is above that, you have empty space on both the weekly and the 24-hour. First target would be 508. Second target would be 519. This could be a significant break in downtrend as well, so I would be paying attention. The 24-hour is not really clear, right, and is very, very bumpy comparatively to the weekly. So, Mara, yeah, it doesn't have to be earnings. Yo, Peyton. Yo, Peyton. Why are they shopping for the order again? Yeah. You mean the order I put in 2 hours ago? Yeah, it's just now going through. No, she shopped and finished the shopping trip. This is somebody else. This is Jarrell. Yeah, I know. Jarrell's shopping for us now, but this Elizabeth was shopping for us earlier. I don't know. Well, I ignored somebody's phone call. It's probably her. Damn, that's fucked. Sorry. Nah, I don't need any more wine. I'm gonna crash out. I've had a fucking weekend. Mara, massive area of consolidation. You're sitting at the 50% mark. 24-hour consolidation, 3 times off the top. So immediate target, and yes, crypto has Trump is jerking off the entirety of the crypto market, so it's like 2260 would be the first immediate target on Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually gap up to that shit. Coke, not bad, not bad. That's so. I mean, shit. Somebody could probably buy equity in that thing. Not bad though. Long term. Damn. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I need a 63.15 pop for an immediate target of 65. And although this isn't your perfect little box, pause. That's what I see. Right? Punchback, and then you got a straight shot. Now, I would be long in expiration on this. But I do know that it is, that channel has a nice setup. So, Coke, WBA. All right, 24-hour time frame, and wait, yeah, this one already had earnings, right? On earnings, it shot out, went up to 13, pulled itself back. And so I think most of what you're going to have to do on this time frame is likely going to be on the lower time frame, or on the stock, right? You've got a clear floor at 1102. You pulled yourself back up. So moving down again, we don't have a lot of structure. I would definitely be looking at 1189. That previous resistance right there. I think if you set yourself up, and you punched through a lot, right? So there was a box here, there was a box here, right? And those are relevant still. So I would be looking, yeah, at maybe a little bit of a kind of grind up. But your next target would be 1216. So you can use those boxes. Potter, I'm trying to get right. You have to break cost basis to guarantee. Yes. Candle close, cost basis. If it's on the hourly, you found the box, then the box has an hourly candle close. But if you want to trade it, maybe it's breaking before you can take it, you can use lower time frame setups. So CHRO. Oh God, therapeutics. There it is. So 240 floor, you already hit it. You need to rip past it. If you do, you have a second target right here at 325. Otherwise, you need lower time frame analysis to help you figure out what's below you. So if you are closing an hourly candle below 180, I think you come back down. QUVO Corvo. Fuck. So typically when we have this much empty space, right, I expect that there's going to be some sense of a imbalance. You're ripping really nicely though to the upside. So from here to there, you're close, 85.75. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. I appreciate you. Baba. Okay, so first off, right, we're gonna look at this. I actually think this probably could have made a good swing trade over the weekend, but cost basis, you closed up against it, so the next target to me is 93.84, which is a huge move, but that's something that Chinese stocks do, is they fucking rip when you're not looking. So are you making do? I'm not doing crypto right now, guys. Red wire. Interesting. All right, off a cost basis. So you're in between two boxes. My guess is you're likely going to hit 1621. Yeah, so you got a good little base right there. You got a box right here. So get above 1581 and you should be looking at 1740. So not a terrible play. Addy, what's up, Addy? Are you okay? I'm sure you get that way too much. Are you okay, Addy? Let's keep this one 100% simple, right? 385. Right, 385. Above that mark, you should see cost basis at 405, and that's where you can look at an entry to the upside. To the downside, right, 360. So, yeah. What's up, Jose? What's up, everybody? I would have a target right now of 58.12. Visit, not civvy? Are you serious, dude? The fuck is that? Oh. Oh my god. Well, that's, there you go. If anybody out in the world is looking for that motherfucker. So weekly time frame, really easy. You're inside of an area of consolidation right now, so tension should be pretty high. 3 bounces off the bottom, candle close up against the top, empty space underneath you, floor right here. 24-hour time frame. Oof, there we go. So we're going to adjust that just a little bit because it does change, and this is going to be more relevant to you during the week. So you need a candle close outside of 29.76, where you would have the candle open basically being the imbalance or the 50% mark in between empty space, and then you'd have the box right here, and then you could aim for $31. That's what I see. Hey, yo, what's that? What's that heart? Oh, you guys are gifting me right now? Chill out! Oh! How do you chart the box? You use the box rectangle tool. BST. So if you're new here, there is one area that I do not thrive, right? Every strategy, if it even works in the first place, is going to have a weak spot. Mine is all-time highs. So when I look at this, I see basically 200, right, based on the channel, but I have nothing else to go off of. Everything that I do is built off of structure. Galaxy for galaxy? Nah, don't do that. I don't need all that. You guys are awesome, though. I love you. This one's almost made all of its move. I mean, you're so close to being done already. 84, 86 is a weekly target. I mean, you have a gap to fill at 86.40. So, do I trade on unfilled orders? Are you talking about futures? I trade options. And, I mean, no. All right. I did INTC. That'll be on YouTube, Google. I'm going to give you guys the same analysis that I've given everybody, right? This is all the same. If you break, right, on Google, you have a lower high, right? And we're going to measure this out like this. I see a target of $200.75. Institutional order flow. Oh no, I don't listen. Everything that you're seeing right now is how I find all of my plays. It's how we turn $21 into $900. I mean, why would I fix something or add anything to a system that literally is perfect? I mean, you know, I'm sure in the future there's going to be some change to it, but I mean, when you're knocking out, you know, these type of percentages, it just doesn't make sense to try. I mean, that's 5,296%, 304%, or 3,400 or 4%. Jesus Christ. And that's crypto. I mean, I don't even do crypto, but the system works on everything. So yeah, this will be on YouTube. All right, what else are we looking at? 3M. I made this prediction a while ago, and I stand by this. I think you end up at 161, right? On the weekly, there is something much bigger brewing, and that is that 3M has technically broke its long downtrend, right? So we look ahead of us, and on the weekly, we have a box right here. So I would want to see this floor of 144, 145 to close. Potter, are you going to the Trump Elon Diddy parties? Yeah, I'm hosting them, dude. Didn't you know? Right here in my office. Cough. So again, there's nothing I can offer you here. I can't give you any. You are at the highs, right? The only thing I can say, and again, there's other people who trade these all-time high breakouts, right? 194.66 candle close. It looks like the ask was above that at 205. So when you're up against something like that for the third time, yeah, I would imagine we're gonna pop up and we're gonna hit 205. But I don't vouch for the two. Listen, Jose, if you join, are you in the Discord, bro? We could definitely use some Jose's in here who don't violate, you know. Ivy, did it not work? I'm sorry. I'm slacking right now, trying to multitask. Sorry I didn't meet with your brother today. We'll meet tomorrow. Oh god, yeah, I guess the email isn't working here. Password. Let me log in with my email. Uh-oh. Come on, man. 1 second, Ivy. Hold on, Ivy. I'm gonna fix it. Hold on 1 second. Almost done, guys. Hold on. Damn, Dustbuster, you going to bed already, dude? It's fucked up, bro. Every time I click away from the fucking website, it keeps loading. Hold on, Ivy. This thing is giving me a fucking run for my money right now. Hold on. Fucking asshole, dude. Come on. Okay, I verified it. And then let me get a new link. All right, if you go to the website, the Discord should be good to go. Yep. Okay. All right. Will somebody go and try that link and see if it worked? I fixed the link. If somebody will go and double check that. The 35% coupon code is still up, so. All right. Go check that free Discord. Okay. Keep dropping your guys' requests. What else are we looking at here? I'm going to do about 5 more, and then we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I like AMD. I actually really do like AMD for a trip up to 126. I think the only thing right now that we're going to end up dealing with is just being over the wick. Over the wick, though, I have a straightforward 127 target. I like it a lot. The question is whether or not we leave immediately off of 2 or if we pull back before we do that. So. All right. Futu 24-hour. I like it. I think there's a good chance for it to like squeeze. There's a gap at like $98. I think this happens relatively quick, but it's going to be over the current high and over 92. QQQ. Listen, QQQ is stuck in between a rock and a hard place, right? We need to be on Tuesday. We need to be at or above 525 in order to start moving up to fill the gap at 528. Yes, there's a pretty big difference between options and futures. So, yes, you need if you want to be able to listen to me trade and talk every single day. Yes, you want to have the Discord app and you want to get familiar with it. Kava. Now Kava, I will say, is something that is piquing my interest. Whether or not it's coming off of this, which I'm debating that with myself. It's a self-debate. And I'm a good debater, so it's like a self-master debate, right? And that's typically how I break things down, is through internal debate. And when I do my internal debating, it says 123.37 and 125.50 gets you moving back up into that empty space. NVIDIA. NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is going to slurp up people's P&L, but I see 140.15 at the top here. On the lower time frame, you just seem to have stopped, and that's because you ran into this little box, right? Do you see how I went down to look for this? And now I see there's empty space, a potential retest of 126.41, right? And I also see a punch back over 138.50. Points of contact, Ed. So do you see how when I look over at this floor, I see body, wick, candle close? That's going to be my target. So the more times that something gets touched and closed on, the more likely that's going to be your floor. TXRH. Can't believe he's actually requesting something else. He's just using this as a warm-up to ask for Tesla. Something's gonna break. Fuck. Texas Roadhouse, dude. Can you still throw peanuts on the floor? When I was a kid, you could do that. You just throw the peanuts on the floor. Over 184, you have a trip up to 193, right? So I mean, I do see the potential here, but yeah, 184.13 is where that needs to happen. Dude, my hair is too fucking silky. What the shampoo? Why am I not profitable with ADT? You know why. Not bad. Daily target ETF. What the fuck? Never heard of this shit before in my life. Structural though. You're up against the floor. Yeah, so I would say next target is 14.46 and cost basis at $16. Lulu has a almost Google-like setup, right? 2 big wicks. This time these wicks are actually heading up. I think it's important that we recognize the fact that it has tried multiple times to punch back through this box and has failed to hold a single candle above it. And at the same time, right, we've got a floor right here and we're kind of floating above it, right? So underneath 364, there's nice empty space, right? And I would be looking all the way down to 337.88. Now, while it's in the box, we remain unbiased until the break happens. So, SPY. All right. Oh, so I want to say something. I don't know if anybody wants to listen, but shortly after Trump's election, before he got elected, the market went up. And then when he got elected, it went sideways for months. Not months, weeks. And then you look at Biden's inauguration, and going into his inauguration, everything dumped, right? So the reason that I'm even bringing this up is that we're already in a box. If we start chopping, and again, there's lower time frame evidence of potential chop, and let me explain how I can potentially see that. Now, where we gap up tomorrow is going to invalidate this analysis, right, or confirm it. We have a punch back up above us. There's a punch over $600.80. That'll get you just up to 603 and maybe to cost basis at 605, which would set up for a punch back to the upside, right? That's number one. Number two is you have a box down below you with a gap fill and empty space underneath you, and with that, you still wouldn't have the trigger to go lower, right? So with that being said, I could just say everything is determined by what happens tomorrow. And I know that futures are up right now, and if we gap up, then we can talk shop about continuation to the upside. But punch down 592.80, we're looking south. So all right, guys, 1 second. Coco. Okay. Oh my god, you tore that up, Coco. All right, everybody say hello to my dumbass dog. You want to say anything to the people after you fucking got away? Huh? Look at this. Look, she wants to bite. She's back, dude. She's back. She's back. She's back. Say hello to the people. Come here. Oh. You gotta sit down. Look at this is a big ass dog, dude. Holy shit. You're a big dog. Alright, get out of here. Alright, she ran away today. She ran away. And luckily we posted her on Nextdoor. One of the people in the neighborhood gave us a call pretty quickly, so it was good. She's back though. So alright guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I do want to just warn you, tell your friends. We are, and again, the South is not prepared for fucking for weather. So if any power issues come out, but I am. We're happy about it because we get potential snow. They're calling for snow here, but we are about to get, so if tomorrow ends up not being, I end up having to not be on live, I'll just hotspot with my laptop. But yeah, we're freezing rain, and then let's see, what are we doing today? Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see. What the fuck is the podcast? Yeah, there you go. Tomorrow. Or forecast. I don't fucking know where the fuck this is at. But we're gonna get snowed on. Apparently tomorrow or Tuesday night. So just an FYI. See, now they're saying there's no snow. I don't know what the fuck to believe. Maybe snow. Just FYI. Yeah, we'll be safe. We're not going anywhere, so. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.